Debbie from thehomeofinteriors.co.uk, and this video is going to introduce the Cameron Fuller double curtain pole ranges to you. For more product and trend advice and home interiors hints and tips, please subscribe to our channel. So Cameron Fuller are a UK manufacturing company based in Devon with a lovely range of double curtain poles available in 2 diameters. A double curtain pole is great and really popular for that layered look. So if you wanted a voile or sort of a sheer at the back with a thicker curtain at the front, then please consider the Cameron Fuller ranges. The 2 diameter options, there's a 19mm pole at the back and a 19mm pole at the front option. And then there's a 19mm pole at the back and a 32mm pole at the front. So if you want just sort of a thicker pole at the front, then there is that option to have the 32mm at the front. The poles are available in 11 finishes with 9 finial styles. So I just talked to you about the finishes. The finishes over here are sort of what I would classify as sort of the more modern sort of contemporary finishes. And there's a lovely palette. I think Cameron Fuller have done a great job of the palette over here, really offering a range of sort of warm beiges, creams to sort of the cooler greys that are really popular at the moment. So if I just talk you through that, this is white versus chalk. So the white being, sort of a very bright white, but great if you've got white walls or if you want a contrasting, you want it to contrast against a coloured wall. And then the chalk underneath is just a really nice mid-cream. It's sort of like an ecru cream. There isn't any sort of yellow tones in it, which you can get sometimes with cream. It's just a very nice cream. Then going on to oyster, so oyster at the top and chalk at the bottom. Oyster just a little bit more of a putty tone, a very slight hint of grey in it, but still a warm colour. Okay. And then we've got ash, which is a little bit cooler with some grey tones in it, so a nice light grey. Then we've got Nimbus, which is a mid-grey. So I've got Nimbus on the top and ash on the bottom, so the mid-grey in Nimbus and the lighter grey in ash. And then we've got Slate, which is just a slightly darker grey, but again a nice dark grey tone. Moving on to sort of the more traditional finishes, we've got graphite here, which is just a nice dark grey. Then there's the bronze. Then there's chrome. Now the chrome finish isn't quite as polished and sort of that tap shiny that you would expect from chrome. It is just slightly more mirrored really, rather than that really, really highly polished finish. So a sort of a nice contemporary take on chrome really. And I'll just show you that versus the pewter. So with the pewter being a little bit more of a mid grey. So the pewter has got a sort of a lacquered finish. It isn't matte. It is sort of that sort of lacquered finish. The black's really interesting because this works really well in contemporary and modern interior design styles. So the more sort of aluminium doors, bifold doors, the darker windows we're seeing, and the black works really well there. But likewise, it works equally well in an older property, sort of a country cottage, or if you're after that wrought iron look. So it's a lovely matte black. And is just a really popular finish. So from a finial style, we've set up the products on our website so that you can choose between the end stopper and collar for the back pole. Really because you just want a discrete finial on the back, so something that just blends in. So I've got the end stopper at the top and the collar underneath. And then you can have any finial style of your choice on the front pole. So we've got the end stoppers, the barrel. So the barrel's just nice for a contemporary sort of look. You've got the traditional ball, which is always popular, and then you've got the collar. And then going into the more traditional sort of finial styles, you've got the curl, the spear, which is only available in the 19mm, that's not available in the 32. You've got the cage style, the basket, and the ball again. So these are the brackets for the 19mm. So you've got a slightly different end style bracket to the centre bracket. So the centre bracket is nice and discreet in the middle of the pole. you've got, and then this is the 90mm and the 32mm. The poles are available in up to 400 centimetres. Poles 300 centimetres and over will be supplied with 2 pieces and a joining piece. And poles 240 centimetres and over are supplied with the centre bracket as standard. You can add more rings and brackets. Please see accessories on the product page. We supply curtain rings for all the poles. The double poles aren't suitable for eyelet curtains because the distance between the 2 poles is too narrow for the fold of the eyelet to sit without sort of scrunching up. Coordinating holdbacks and draw rods are also available. A recess bracket is also available in the range, so if you've limited space or if you're butting up to a wall one side, you could use a recess bracket. They screw into the side wall and the pole slots into the recess bracket, and there's the screw to tighten it, which is quite nice because you put your first curtain hook in there so it stops the curtain from pulling away from the end from the side wall. So you could use a 90mm and a 32mm or 2 90mm if you've got a requirement for a recess bracket with a double pole, so that is an option. The fixings are all supplied with the poles, and you get a screw cover which is colour matched to the pole as well, so that just conceals all the screws once you've installed the brackets. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you have, please do give us a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.